that's without experience is virtually useless. It has no meaning. It has no value. It will never make any difference in your life whatsoever. Yet most people, well, they feel very safe in their heads. They feel very safe just conceptualizing things, planning for their success, thinking about everything over and over and over. The fact is, you can't get hurt by playing in the game if you spend your whole life in the stands. Ooh, ouch. That's most people in the stands of their own life. They're safe, yet miserable, unfulfilled, and desiring to escape themselves. The question to ask yourself is this: am I willing to settle for a meager, passionless existence, so that all the while knowing it's because you never really tried?
Today, my friends, we are going to talk about knowledge, and it's not the type of knowledge that you learned in college. In fact, I want to clarify one of the biggest misconceptions that I think people really have about knowledge. And I want to give you a deeper understanding of what knowledge is actually going to allow you to create results in life that blow away what average, and I'm not saying this in a sort of like, degrading way or anything, I'm just saying it because that's what it is, what average people create, okay? Average people have a certain understanding of knowledge, and their understanding of knowledge is this: knowledge is something you accumulate. It's something you acquire. It's some little bit of data that you take inside your brain, and it stays inside your head, and you put it inside some little knowledge bank, and you walk around with a head full of ideas and a head full of concepts and a head full of ideologies and a head full of philosophies, and you think you actually know something. Okay, that's what most people's idea of knowledge is, but there's a little bit of a catch. That type of knowledge doesn't create results. That type of knowledge really doesn't create anything. That type of knowledge makes almost no difference in your life whatsoever. It literally keeps you in your head, stuck inside your head, pondering things, thinking that you're getting somewhere, and you're really like a hamster on a hamster wheel. Yet that's what most people seek when it comes to knowledge. That's what they think knowledge really is. And today, I want to teach you, I want to share with you the insights of what I've learned about knowledge. I want to share with you the warrior's path for how a warrior really views knowledge. And I want to give you an understanding. I want to give you a feel. I want to give you a sort of lifestyle choice that you can embody, that will help you become absolutely unstoppable. So you ready for this? Do you want to become unstoppable? Because here's what you need to do. Knowledge that stays inside your head is completely useless. It's useless. The only knowledge that will ever make a difference in your life is experiential knowledge. It's knowledge that you actually experience. It's not something that is static inside your head. It is alive. You are experiencing it. You are living it. And through the act of living it, you actually embody it. Now, we all know that most of the people who start their own home-based business, who come into entrepreneurship, everyone's out there. We're all trying to figure things out, right? So we're buying this course, we're learning about this tactic, we're learning about that tactic, we're learning about this tactic. Yet the problem is that everybody's kind of staying in their head about everything. You've got head knowledge, you've got conceptual knowledge about what is pay-per-click, what is SEO, what is all this stuff, but you don't have the most important knowledge that exists and the only knowledge that will ever actually make a difference in your life, which is experiential. I want to make this very clear. You don't know anything about pay-per-click until you've done pay-per-click. You don't know anything about SEO until you've done SEO, and you don't know anything about being a successful entrepreneur until you are a successful entrepreneur. Why? Because you've experienced it at that point. You've lived it. which means the most important thing that exists in the world when it comes to getting the result that you want, when it comes to creating the life that you want, and when it comes to truly growing, is to actually be experiencing, to actually be doing, and to actually put yourself in the field of whatever it is that you want to master, whatever it is that you want to embody. Now, when it comes to being an unstoppable entrepreneur, which is exactly what I'm going to help you become, okay? Just let's be clear on this. That is my mission. It is my intention. It is my goal, and I will stop at nothing until I create it. I will stop at nothing until I help you become an unstoppable entrepreneur. Now, when it comes to being an unstoppable entrepreneur, there's certain principles that you have to embody. You have to embody them. You cannot just let them be static knowledge that floats around your head and think you're getting somewhere, because you're not getting anywhere. You're not getting anywhere until you embody the principles. I want to ask you a few questions, okay? How experiential, and I want you to get into the feel of this, okay? How experiential is your knowledge of being fulfilled in life? Because you can have knowledge of, you know, what makes me fulfilled, blah, 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 blah. You can go on and off in your head about being happy, about, you know, all these different things. But how experiential is your knowledge of joy? Is your knowledge of love? Is your knowledge of unstoppableness? You've got to bring it experiential. You can know, oh, all I have to do is believe in myself. All I have to do is think positive thoughts, blah, 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 blah. You know this in your head, and you think that that's what's going to lead to success, or that's what's going to lead to being unstoppable. But it's not. It's not. It's at best a little pointer finger or a little reminder or something pushing you along a certain way. But the only thing that's going to lead to you becoming unstoppable is embodying being unstoppable. I mean, that's really what it is. And how that looks is when you're faced with a challenge, when you're faced with an obstacle, when you're faced with anything in your life, okay, the real knowledge here that's experiential is not a bit of data inside your head or anything like that. What it is how you live. So when you are faced with that obstacle, you just move through it. Now you are living the knowledge of being unstoppable. You're living the knowledge that that cannot stop you. Now you are embodying unstoppable. And guess what? There's many varying degrees of unstoppable. As we begin this journey, and this is what most people don't understand, okay? Most people, they want to live their life on this like even keel, like nothing's ever wrong, I'm never challenged, I can be as smooth as possible, I'm just going to wake up, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to, you know, do the same darn thing every single day. That's how they live their life, like that, okay? Now, once you, and you have declared this, just FYI, by the fact that you believe in yourself enough to even be watching this video and want to build a business for yourself and want to create something for your life, you've already declared this, okay? You've declared, I want more, okay? And now that you've declared, I want more, guess what? You're going to be tested to see if you're capable enough and really deserving enough of getting more, okay? So here's what happens when you start to build a business. Boom, obstacle number one. You're hit with obstacle number one. Inevitably, where do you find prospects, okay? So now you're like, you know, how do you solve this problem? Most people actually stop right there. They hit obstacle number one, which is pretty much this big, and that's where they run away from. And it's like a wonder why the success ratios are so small. They hit obstacle number one, it's this friggin' big, and they go, oh, I can't do it, and they run, okay? And I want you to know, I'm not trivializing this. I just want to show you the mindset behind these behaviors, behind these actions, okay? Now, if you stay and you say, you know what, I've reached this little obstacle here, but I'm getting freaking through it, I'm not stopping at nothing, then you've embodied the experience of being unstoppable at that level. But guess what? Obstacle number two is coming up next, which is, well, now that I found some prospects or I got some prospects, I got to get good at closing them. I got to get good at making money. I have to get good at actually getting these sales in the door. And this obstacle is a little bit bigger. Who knows what you'll have to go through for this? You know what I mean? But again, the point is, people hit this. If you run, you never move past. You pretty much failed the test of the universe. You're really not even deserving success at that point because you couldn't even meet the challenges. You couldn't even meet the tests that you get to move you along your way. Now, if you pass that test, guess what? There's another one. And when you pass that one, there's another one. And when you pass that one, there's another one. And when you pass that one, there's another one. And as far as I know, I don't really think they ever stop. The only time the tests stop is when you say you no longer want to grow anymore. When you have said, I don't want to grow anymore, that's when your tests will stop. I don't know about you, but I don't ever plan on saying that. Because the second you say, I don't want to grow anymore, you just pretty much killed your life. Your life is pretty much flatlined at that point. You have stagnated it. I hope you had fun while you were growing, because that's about the most diversity you're ever going to get thereafter that point. And this is the comedy of it all, because most people avoid the challenges, they avoid the problems, they avoid the obstacles that are in their path, because they think, I don't know, I don't really know what they think. It's easier, or it's too difficult, or whatever it is. They end up not really living life at all. The funniest part is that it is all of those things, the challenges, the obstacles, the difficulty, the bumps in the road that actually cause us to grow, that actually make life interesting, that actually make life rewarding, fulfilling, and all the other things that we actually want. It's so funny. We run from what it is that's trying to get us what we want. I want you to recognize all of this today and stop it. If you're doing any of that at all, then you need to stop it if you want to become an unstoppable entrepreneur. Because I'm not kidding when I tell you that if you don't stop it, then there's really no hope. The only hope for anyone to truly become unstoppable is to truly become unstoppable. I know it sounds a little strange, but that's the truth. You have to embody the knowledge. You have to experience the knowledge. You have to live the knowledge, or it is useless. And the only way that you live it is to live it. There's no other way. It's just what you have to do. So my goal, why I created the Unstoppable Entrepreneur live immersion experience, is to move everyone. It's to move everyone out of this stagnant place regarding the principles of unstoppableness and regarding the principles of being an unstoppable entrepreneur. I'm going to move everyone out of this stagnant place inside their head, which may have some knowledge about it, which may have some ideas or some concepts about it, and I'm going to move everything into experience. I'm going to get you into the experience of what it actually means to be an unstoppable entrepreneur. You are going to embody the actual principles behind being an unstoppable entrepreneur. Because I know that what people need more than anything, and I know this from having worked with tens of thousands, and probably more, entrepreneurs all over this industry right now, it's not really the technical knowledge that equals success. Now, don't get me wrong. You need that technical knowledge. You absolutely need it. It's part of life. But that's not really what equals success. There needs to be a fuel for all of the technical knowledge. There needs to be a fuel that really empowers you, that really moves you forward. Think of those obstacles that I described like a little bump in the road, like a mountain, right? And think of you as a car. Now, most people are driving along and they hit that first obstacle, and when they hit that first obstacle, well, what happens if they don't have enough fuel is they get up this far, they run out of gas, and they go right back down. I want to give you the fuel so that when you hit that first bump, you just go because you got enough gas. You just power right through it. And guess what? When you hit the second one, you got more gas, so you power right through it. And guess what? When you hit the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one, there's no difference because you have an eternal source of energy, an eternal source of fuel that cannot be stopped. That simply cannot be stopped. Anybody who tries to tell you that anything matters more than that when it comes to really creating what you want in life, when it comes to really manifesting success, is full of crap. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. There's a reason why I'm 26 years old and I've been able to do all of the different things that I've already done in my life at this point, and why I can't even really fathom what's going to happen over the next 10 years or the next 5 years or God knows what. And it's because of this fuel. It's because of the principles behind being an unstoppable entrepreneur. And as far as I know, I've never really heard or seen the integration of these principles the way that I want to teach them to you. I've never really seen the merger of so many different facets of ancient wisdom, of life, of knowledge, of experience, of business, of marketing, of entrepreneurship, that all can come together in the way that I'm going to teach you at the Unstoppable Entrepreneur live immersion experience in such a way that it creates this fuel that cannot be stopped. It creates this fuel that will power you and get you anywhere that you want to go in life. And I think that that is one of the most beautiful things about the experience that we are going to have coming up soon, is that it's the merger of all of these different things. There's no separation between business, between money, between your success, between your fulfillment in life, between your joy, between your enlightenment, between your self-understanding, between your realization, between your love, between your bank account, between your pay-per-click campaigns, between anything, okay? Merging all of these things together and embodying the knowledge of being an unstoppable entrepreneur is the most holistic, complete, and really amazing way to live life in this industry that I could think of. And the results that it will get you, the results that it will get you, not only in your business career, not only in your success, not only in your income, not only in your money, but the results that it will get you in the other areas of your life, in how you relate to yourself, and how you understand yourself, and how much you love yourself, and how fulfilled you are in every aspect of your being, and how much joy you create, and how much contribution you give to the world, and how you touch the relationships in your lives and the people that you love, and everything. The results that this knowledge brings you are second to none. And for me, I know that the time has come. The time has absolutely come for me to dedicate myself and to dedicate my life to really teaching these principles. And the Unstoppable Entrepreneur live experience is really the kick-off party where we are going to gather as a community, and we are going to have one of the most powerful, one of the most abundant, one of the most fun, exciting, and rewarding weekends of our entire lives. And that is exactly what's going to go down, and we're going to do it very, very soon. You see, I've created this little series of videos because I want to inspire you. I want to show you what's possible. I want to just start energetically imprinting into you these principles and moving you in the direction of just becoming unstoppable. But these are really just a tiny fraction of the essence behind these teachings. It's such a tiny fraction of what you're really capable of and of what there really is to offer. And at the Unstoppable Entrepreneur live immersion experience, we are going to go so deep into the knowledge behind becoming unstoppable. We're going to actually experience it. We're going to experience it together. And we're going to go through an experience, all of us, that ultimately I know is going to shape me as much as it's going to shape you, is going to enrich me as much as it's going to enrich you. It's something that's actually very difficult for me to explain right now, because as I've put this whole project together and as I've put this whole experience that we're creating together, it's hit me on many different ways where I just feel something very special. I feel something very special. I feel something very powerful. And I almost feel like there's something coming through that's going to touch so many people's lives and make such a big difference that it's awe-inspiring. It leaves me in a state of just utter gratitude and utter excitement at the possibilities for what you're going to be able to create in life, and we're all going to be able to create in life as we come together as a community and really embody these principles more and more and more and more on deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper levels. So here's what I want you to do. First, I want you to reflect and I want you to think about what's been shared in this video today. I want you to look at the different areas in your life where you can say, wait a minute, that knowledge right there, that was me kind of existing in the first part of knowledge. That's just in my head, it's just conceptual, it's just whatever. I want you to look and isolate and find the areas of your life where you can notice that you're only operating, you're only living from that place. Second, I want you to look at the areas of your life where you want results, where you actually want results, and I want you to write down what it is you need to be doing. What do you need to be experiencing? How are you going to take the knowledge of how to get what you want and actually turn it into getting what you want? I want you to look at those areas in your life where you can dive into the game right now and begin getting the experiential knowledge, okay? And just understand that from your current perspective, you're only going to be able to see this many areas, right? You're going to be able to see area here, area there, and area there, and you're going to be able to say, okay, I really need to be, getting experiential knowledge in these areas. It's not good enough just to read about. It's not good enough just to learn about. I've got to get experience here. Now, when you come to the Unstoppable Entrepreneur live immersion experience event itself, I'm pretty much going to take your view of being able to see this, and all of a sudden your view is going to go like this. And you're going to be able to see so much more. You're going to be able to see a depth and a power and a process and possibilities in life that you just didn't see before. I promise you. You're going to see things about yourself. You're going to see things about the world. You're going to see things about becoming unstoppable and really manifesting your dreams that you didn't see before. Okay, so that's why it's so important to really be at this event. It's why it's so important to really stop sitting behind your computer. If you want to make this real, okay, if you really want to make this real, if you really want to experience success, you really want to go for the absolute gusto in life, then you've got to make this real. You've got to come and be here live. You've got to be with the people who are making it happen. You have to learn live from the people who are making it happen. You think it's cool to watch a video? You think it's cool to get on a webinar? It's somewhat cool. It is nothing compared to the power of being in a live experience, in a live event, learning from people who have embodied these principles, who have embodied these teachings and are actually teaching them live. There's a transmission that takes place, and I don't want to get too quantum physics oriented and whatnot, but when we are in the room together, there's an energetic transmission that takes place. That is one of the most powerful aspects of any teaching. Why do you think people will travel the world to see a certain teacher or go attend a class live or any of these different things? Because it's always the most powerful knowledge, because there's a transmission taking place. You're getting a live transmission. I'm not kidding. You have to be here. If you want to be successful in this industry, if you want to make it happen in this industry, if you want to make 2011 the year that you absolutely blow up, that you make the change, that you change everything, then you have to be here. Because the imprint, the transmission, what you're going to get, it's going to alter, it's going to pretty much like mutate your inner framework and everything about how you approach building your business and life, so that nothing's ever the same. Life is never the same. You've just changed it, you've embodied it, and boom, you go forward from that place on the most empowered footing that you could possibly be on. And that is exactly what we're going to do at Unstoppable Entrepreneur. So I want you to pay very close attention to the next video, my friends, because the next video I'm going to share with you the intimate details of being at this event. And I'm going to explain more about why you have to be here. And you're going to see the immense possibilities, the immense joy, the immense fun and freedom to be had as our community comes together at what I know is going to be the most sensational event in our industry all year. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is going to be the funnest, most sensational event that happens in our industry all year. We are going to have such a good time. We are going to go so deep, and so many people are going to emerge just transformed and with all of the knowledge embodied to create the life that you want, that it's going to blow you away. It's going to blow me away. It's going to blow everyone away. So with that being said, my friends, I want you to reflect on everything that's been shared in this video today. And I want you to stay tuned because the next one is coming soon. And the next one's going to give you all the details about where you need to be and when you need to be there so that you can really take action on everything that I've been sharing with you today. And I'm going to tell you right now, you are going to be amazingly, pleasantly surprised at all of the information that you're going to find out and just how accessible it's going to be for you to create this experience for yourself, for you to be a part, an actual part of the unstoppable entrepreneur movement that we are creating. You're going to absolutely love it. I'll see you guys soon.